With any project you're dealing with the government, it seems like it's always 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Now the county wants me to enclose the breezeway area. Ugh. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Again, if you haven't watched episode 1 of my design series of my garage build, I'll link that up in the card up here above. But we're going to dive right into kind of the changes that are being requested of my garage design. So if you remember before, kind of the general steps of garage design are to, number 1, get the general spacing correct. Once you have the spacing and sizing of your garage on your property in relation to any existing buildings or the lot line or whatnot, then you can really start the floor plan. So this episode today, we're going to talk about the floor plan, what kind of changes I've made, and then what really needs to happen in the future now that the county is making me enclose the breezeway area. So we'll jump right in here to the existing layout that I had showed you guys in the last video, where this is the new garage structure. This is the existing house with the existing garage door and existing garage structure. Now, when I had gone to the county a few years ago, I had asked them, all right, what do I need to do to make this not an accessory building, but to make it an expansion of my home so that I can not have to worry about square footage requirements, not have to worry about height requirements. I'll be able to run water, be able to add a bedroom out there, you know, not the normal accessory building issues. And they said you had to run a 12-foot wide roof section from your existing structure to the garage, and you did not have to enclose it. Well, one thing to do as you're going through this design process is to, once you get to a certain stage where you can show the plans, you should really take it and send it to the planner, even if it's in an email like I did, and say, here's where we're at. Here's where the architects and I are currently at with the garage design. And you can say, hey, you know, here's the existing structure, here's what I'm thinking. Is there anything that I would need a variance for the way we have it designed right now? And again, you want to do this early on in the process. So again, I am kind of in that phase where we've got the general layout and sizing completed. Now it's time to start the floor planning. But we might have to backtrack a step so we can get the transition right now in this area here in this breezeway. Since I now have to enclose this area, it has to be a minimum of 8 feet wide, and it has to be enclosed. So that's going to come into play a little interesting with, this is a back view here in the breezeway section here, where it's going to be a little bit interesting because you're going to have this open area right now transitions right from this door all the way along to this covered porch area. And now we're going to have to enclose all of this. So I don't know if we're going to have to shift the garage towards the backyard a little bit or what to get it to be kind of this 8-foot wide area, and how we're going to have to transition it. So a little bit of work to do, a little bit of conversations with the architect, but I did also want to show you kind of some progress on the floor plans. So on the floor plans, I'll pull up the old ones here. You can see that we were thinking about our mechanical room and where did we want to put the lift, how did we want to lay this out. And so I had kind of placed, the architects had kind of done some rough sizing for the mechanical room, where the stairs are going to go, a little bit of a cabinet array back here, and then they had put G-Wagons in because they were working on another client's project and they had the G-Wagon model pulled up already. But when I was working on this, I wanted to basically take this and work with Simply Savvy Designs, and she is an interior designer, and she does floor plans and layouts. So we talked through it, and so what we were mainly focused on versus the original design, which I showed you guys in the last video, was how close this lift was going to be to the actual cabinets, to the wall here, making sure there was enough space to walk in between. Was it going to be centered? Was it not? And so all those questions we were kind of trying to solve, because you don't want to pull a car too far forward and then not have enough space to walk around, and you don't want to be able to you don't want to have a hard time walking between the wall and just a whole bunch of issues that you don't want to have to deal with, that I think we have fairly solved. So the height's still going to remain the same. The stairs are still going to come up behind the mechanical room here, but we have this current layout, and we have the two 10 by 10 garage doors up front here. We have enough room in here on this second bay for a standard cab pickup truck. This could be a little bit deeper for a quad cab, so it will be able to fit just a large pickup truck nose to tail without running into the mechanical room here. And you'll be able to put 2 cars deep in this area here where the lift is, which will be great. So then over here we have kind of doors to the patio area. We've got a TV with a countertop and a fridge. And then right along this area here, we're thinking of doing the pressure washer setup. So again, out in this region, you would have that wash bay area, and then that would be the breezeway to the house. So now that we have to enclose that breezeway, there's a few options we can do, and we'll kind of talk through that in the next round 3 of designing my garage build project. But there's a few options we have. We need to make sure it's 8 foot wide, so I'm unsure if this so if we do a wall right here and then enclose all of this, if that will work, if that will be considered 8 foot wide, or if we need 8 foot span along this wall here. So a few different options that we can consider for that, but not a showstopper at all. I'm also thinking when we enclose this breezeway area that we would put a garage door on the front here and a garage door on the back to try and keep it as open as possible. Technically that's still enclosed. It would be more garage space, but that would be the wash bay area. So this is one floor plan. We're kind of contemplating 2 different scenarios here, and I've got the 2 floor plans pulled up. So the space remains, the inside space remains the same. The main difference here is in this outside space. And so we've got kind of 2 options, one with a hot tub and wraparound stairs back here, and then it would have a fireplace in the middle, in the center here, with bench seating on each side and some chairs, and then obviously the doorway that would walk through. I would probably want to put a larger sliding door here rather than French doors, and then a grill over here. So the other option we were thinking was a larger table, still have the fireplace with kind of seating on each side, but then have the grill area and more of like a bar stool type section over here. So we're kind of, we're trying to figure out how we're going to do this. Let me know in the comments below which outside area you like. This might end up changing significantly with what we are going to have to do to enclose the breezeway. But, I'd like to get your feedback on those of you that do have outside patios, and get your feedback on it, because this is my house currently. We do have the breakfast kind of kitchen table, breakfast nook here, where we have a sliding glass door that has steps down and a patio right here. So how this space is going to flow together is a little bit interesting. and then as well as you know, where the grill is going to be, all that. So I'm interested to get your feedback on that, on how this is all going to come together. We're still going to have the upstairs area with the dormer, as you can see right here. So we're still going to have the stairs up behind. One of the big things I do want to do is I do want to, let's see here, this one. I do want to bring these stairs up a little further, because then at that point we can take these stairs and make them even higher. Because even with, I wanted this walk-in shower with a 0-step entry. I can use that as a parts wash area as well. But I did want a bathroom, and so I'm trying to figure out how we can potentially bring the stairs forward so that the stairs would be taller, to make sure we don't lose as much mechanical room area. So let me know in the comments below what you think about that. The other thing, and I know I want a walk-through area here, and I can tell it's probably going to bug me. But this is off-center right now. So it's off-center of the garage door. So I either need to kind of bump this in a little bit, or figure out what I'm going to do with the lift in this mechanical room wall. The other thing I could do, and I can't really do it, it would be to flip the stairs and have the stairs start over here, but that would have the stairs coming up into the dormer, and we don't want to do that. So a lot to think about. This is kind of phase 2 of the design process, where you're looking at options, you're weighing things, and then what you definitely want to do is, as you're going through this design process, hand it over to the planner again, just to make sure you have everything covered, you've thought through stuff, you're asking the questions around whether I'm going to need a variance or not, so you know whether your design is leading you down a bad path or a good path. So again, we're going to circle back a little bit and try to figure out how to enclose this dormer so we can meet the rules. That might take us back to phase 1, which is the general sizing and location of the garage on the property. So that might take us back, that might have us change a few things, but I think we're going to be okay. So there's quite a few options to discuss and decide on what we're going to do for that. I will definitely bring you into those options for how we're going to enclose that in round 3 of the design series. But then once we get that nailed down, we can go back to space planning and the floor plan and the layout. And I'm interested to hear your comments again on the mechanical room, on the patio area, and what you think we should do where. So let me know your thoughts. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say, and I will definitely take your feedback into consideration as we go into this 3rd phase of design. Once we get through that space planning and 3rd phase of design, then we can really start detailing out the plans with construction drawings and then get it out for quote. Big shout out to my architects, and also to Simply Savvy Design. Make sure you go follow her on Instagram. She does great work, and can certainly help you with your organization project, your interior design project, or even your space planning and floor plan layout for your garage or house. Thanks again for watching Detached Garage.